All right, welcome back, my friends. Today, we actually have ourselves a little bit of an unorthodox update notice today, because we're not looking at patch notes, but actually more news related to the next season of League of Legends. They've got ourselves a little. Oh, look, we actually do have patch notes. Great. All right, I refreshed just in case. We actually do have patch notes. So, I don't know if these new updates and everything connected to the next patch notes, but we'll start with probably we're just gonna go in order, right? So I'm gonna leave this as one huge video probably, and we're gonna start with I don't want to watch the trailer, so we'll start with the dev update and then work our way up from here, right? And as for the TFT patch notes, that's just a brand new season. We're going to go into it blind. So we're going to do the dev update. And this looks like a rundown of the dev update. Then we'll go into the League of Legends patch notes. And then we'll go from there. Right? All right. Sorry. I'll stop yapping. Let's get into it. Hello. Did OBS crash? Can you guys see me? What was that? I think OBS almost crashed just now. It is crashing. Stop that. Oh, sorry. I have this open in the background. I probably shouldn't. Y'all see me? We're all good? Okay. Sorry about that. Let's continue.
Hey everyone, I'm Andre, also known as Medler. Paul, that's your line.
Thank you, Andre. I'm Paul, also known as Pabro. Today is March 26th, and we're here to talk to you a bit about what you can expect in Season 2, as well as a few other more general updates. Quick spoiler warning, if you haven't seen the Season 2 Act 1 gameplay trailer that went live earlier today, we'll pause for a few seconds so you can check that out.
I'm not pausing. Let's keep going.
Okay, welcome to Season 2, Pandemonium. In this season, we're moving to the outskirts of Demacia, where we'll be following Vayne as she does what she does best, hunts down demons. And along the way, we'll also learn a little bit more about her, as she deals with a few...
Alright, so, I'm just gonna say this right away. I have been banning Vayne for over a decade now. Alright, this is probably gonna sound crazy. My fellow top laners might understand. I played against Vayne top one time years ago, and it was the most unfun, painful experience that I have ever had top lane. And I've been banning her as a gut reaction ever since. I know she's not a good champion. I don't care about that. I just hate the champion, right? Percent HP, true damage, I mean, like, I hate it, right? Like, I hate Fiora too, but at least, like, against Fiora, you can kind of just, like, you can fight back, you know? Like, even if you could never beat her, you can, like, clear the minion wave, and she is a melee champ, so she kind of has to commit to fight you. I have always hated Vayne. And it's like, she's one of those champs that, like, even on your team, I hate the champion. Right? Anyway, we're not here to listen to me rant about the champ I've been banning for 10 years.
demons from her past that have come to haunt her.
Make sure you keep an eye out for comics on Vayne coming out later this season.
I'm not
for more
watching it.
detail.
I'm not watching
All right,
anything Vayne
now let's
related.
jump
I
into
don't
some
care.
other things you can expect to see in Season 2 this year. Starting off, we're going with the shorter season for this one, lasting a total of 6 patches instead of the usual 8 to make room for a longer season later this year.
As a result, we've also got Battle Pass changes to make it quicker to complete. It's the amount of time it takes relative to the length. In this season, the non-prestige Battle Pass skins will be available in the store, and taking their place on the Battle Pass will be Fiendish Mystery Skin loot orbs. that will drop a random demon-themed epic skin instead.
On the topic of skins, in the last update, we heard from quite a few of you that wanted to hear some more about upcoming skins. So we're going to do just that, starting with a short prestige list. Shaco and LeBlanc are coming in Season 2, and Vhagar coming early next season.
Now, in terms of non-prestige skins, here's a sneak peek at some of the other skins coming up this season. Now, as you saw earlier in the video, we've got a new skin coming for Annie.
Wow. I thought this was Briar, actually, when I saw the little thing. But Annie makes sense because, for those who don't know, Tibbers is actually a fire demon named Tybulk, I believe.
Plus a few other champs that we're calling Pandemonium. And for those of you who haven't gotten a skin for their champion in quite a while, we've got you covered as well with Rain Shepherd Ivan and Project Quinn coming soon.
And last, but certainly not least, are some very tasteful skins where we spent a lot of time cooking up for you. Hope you're excited like me.
Kill me. So let us
take a look. Day Jobs, that was great, Andre, by the way.
It's killing me.
Day Jobs is making a return in Season 2, and this time we're trying out a cooking theme, if you couldn't tell by our terrible puns.
His terrible puns.
Okay,
You'll
thank
never
you.
be
Making
free.
her debut as well is Breadsticks
What is this? Okay.
Aurelia. Don't let her get on a roll. Otherwise you're going to say,
Don't know.
Someone tell Aurelia for
Inspired
life.
by our delicious, wonderful code, Spaghetti a la Vel'Koz will also be serving on the Rift later this season. And look, remember,
Spaghetti
when
Monster
you're playing League,
Vel'Koz?
your family, you don't always get along, but we hope you do. All right, switching gears a bit, we want to talk a bit about the gameplay changes that we have coming for Season 2. We have some follow-up work on the Season 1 gameplay changes, particularly role quests.
some of the most common topics that we've seen were uncertainty around where in lane you got top or mid lane role quest progress. And that certain champions who prefer to proxy or roam, like assassins or singed, were struggling to keep up with role quests as a result. So, we've adjusted where you get your progress for your role quest in lane, and how forgiving it is. To be clear, you'll still need to come to lane some of the time to progress on your role quest, but you won't be penalized for doing the things your champions want to do.
Additionally, we've adjusted the rewards for top to provide more experience for team fighting and swapped the mid lane empowered recall for 6% bonus AD and AP. Our goal with these changes is to better reward the variety of classes and champions that get played in these roles, rather than mainly rewarding split pushers in top lane or non-roaming champs in mid, and to provide some scaling rewards for mid laners as well.
Now, outside of role
Not
quests,
bad.
we're investing in some longer term work to expand build diversity for a lot of champions. This will show up in things like item adjustments, new keystones, and better supporting alternative builds to increase strategy and
New keystones! Oh my goodness. Oh my
creativity.
goodness.
So think things like AP Israel, or ADC Kennen, or attack speed Sinjal.
One of the ways you'll see this in Season 2 is the return of 2 runes, Deathfire Touch and Storm Raider Surge.
Deathfire? No. No. Deathfire's back? No.
Both keystones will be in the Sorcery Tree, with Storm Raider Surge replacing Phase Rush. We also have a variety of...
Phase Rush is gone? Wait. How much movement speed was that?
Both keystones will be in the Sorcery Tree, with Storm Raider Surge replacing Phase Rush. We also have a variety of item adjustments to items, including Dusk and Dawn, 2 new starting items, new Omnivamp boots, and the removal of Trailblazer and Opportunity.
Omnivamp boots.
We also wanted to talk briefly about the next
Removal of Trailblazer and Opportunity.
We also wanted to talk briefly about the next new champion coming to League. They'll be coming out in Season 2, Act 2, so we don't want to spoil too much right now. We do want to let you know, though, that they are a AP mid lane assassin, and you should expect to hear more about them in our next dev update.
Okay.
All right, we're going to pass things over to Eduardo and Mike to talk about some updates we have planned for Arena.
Arena. Okay. Honestly, none of that gives me a visceral reaction right away. Like, the update to role quests in our solo lanes, not bad, makes sense, but Deathfire is back and Storm Raiders is back. So, for those who don't remember, because I know a lot of you haven't been around that damn long like I have, Deathfire Grasp was a mage item, and when you used it, it was an active, your opponent that you used it on would take bonus damage from you for a short period of time. And it was scary because AP assassins like LeBlanc or Ari would first item it and they would Deathfire grasp you and you just died. Like straight up. Like Ari hit the charm, Deathfire grasp, she drops the whole combo. You're dead 100%. So it's actually really scary to see that. And now Phase Rush is gone for this other new keystone. They say it's Storm Raiders, but it kind of just looked like Phase Rush. We're gonna have to read and see what it's all about.
And I'm Mike, Rogue Fullbreeze, lead designer on Arena, and we're here to talk to you about Arena.
We've got a lot of information to share with you, so we're just going to go straight into it, starting with events. Events are new ways to experience Arena with an added twist. For this season, we'll be introducing 3 events starting in patch 2610.
Our first event is going to be 3x6, aka 6 teams of 3, 3 players on each team. No longer do you need to leave a friend behind to enjoy Arena, as long as you don't have more than 2 friends. Anyway, having 3 players on each team should help create a wider variety of team comps and allow more champions of each type to find success in the mode. Meanwhile, having fewer teams comes with the benefit of allowing you to learn other teams' play styles and matchups when you go back to rematch them again, and keep that in mind. 3x6 will stay on for 3 patches, and after that we'll be switching to a longtime community ask, Bravery.
Are you tired of going up against people playing Yuumi, Alistair, or Zyra and Shaco?
Yes.
Well, this is your time to shine. This is something many of you have been asking for, and we're here to deliver. Everyone in the lobby will automatically be opted into playing Bravery. If you really don't want to leave it to good old-fashioned chance, you'll still be able to pick from a few random crowd favorites every game. This should help reward players that are able to play flexibly and adapt to any situation or champion that they get.
Finally, our last event for the season is Swift Arena. In this event, we're looking to make games of Arena faster by limiting the number of teams down to 4. This means you'll have more reps against each team. You can take advantage
like the original
of knowing
Arena,
their play
where you only
styles
have a few
and getting
games.
more games if you're running short on time. And then after that...
Well, we haven't decided on what happens after. We're planning on using learnings from these different events to better understand what elements of Arena really resonate with all of Arena this season.
Next up, we have a brand new map called the Petrosite Grove. The Petrosite Grove is on the outskirts of Demacia, with large walls and plenty of places to hide. But be careful, there are also mining bombs used to mine Petrosite scattered throughout the map. When struck, bombs will roll before exploding, damaging opponents and plants in the area. If you strike a bomb with an immobilizing effect, they'll explode instantly, allowing you to blast your opponents to pieces.
The next new
Neat.
feature we have coming to Arena is augment levels. Augment levels let you supercharge your favorite augments by making them stronger and adding some new effects like Fan the Hammer, for example, firing more missiles. Once you've picked 2 augments to level up, you can use your future choices to upgrade them instead of just adding new ones. We really wanted to empower players to lean into the augments that they have the most fun with and raise their high rolls to new heights.
And speaking of high rolls, well, you can still only have 4 augments most of the time. Augments will be offered much more frequently this season, allowing you to select a new augment, level an existing one, replace one with one of a higher tier, and in Round 8's new crafting round, you can fine-tune your build by choosing to gain an extra augment slot, sacrificing one of your augments to power up the rest. And last but not least, what would be an update to Arena without augments and guests of honor?
We have over 20 new reworked Guest of Honor coming up throughout the season. Some of these will include Nocturne, who will create dark zones around the map, and Shaco, who will create chaos and make all your augment rolls random tiers.
We won't be listing out the rest here, but you can expect a
What is this Shaco
Who
skin?
will create chaos.
Oh, this is the skin they mentioned earlier, the Pandemonium. Dude, I like it. I just think Shaco needs maybe a new model or something. I feel like he seems a little old, but...
and guests of honor.
We have over 20
And
new
Nocturne is just the
reworked
original
throughout
Chemtech
the
Drake.
season. Some
It's just Chemtech Drake. Or the original Chemtech Drake.
random tiers.
We won't be listing out the rest here. 30 new ones, some coming from ARAM Mayhem and some
Petrosite Grove.
Alright, sweet.
Hello again, gamers. I'm Dashi Jador.
And I'm Riot, call me KT.
WASD has reached a big milestone that we're excited to share with you all. WASD will be available in ranked starting...
Alright,
I do not care about WASD. I really don't. I'm skipping over it.
I
Sorry.
also wanted to give you a heads up on something we've been working on. A really frustrating experience in League is having your game ruined by someone just straight inting. And while you can report them, and they will get punished, you still have your time wasted stuck in a game you had no chance of winning because someone decided to troll.
Starting in a few patches, you'll be given an option to vote to end the game early when game ruining behavior is detected. This will function much like when there's an AFK teammate. Once the system detects that a player is intentionally feeding, doing something like selling all their items or running it down or whatever, the other players on their team will be offered a surrender vote. If that vote, which does not include the inting players, goes through, the game will be ended then and there. Players on the allied team will be LP neutral. Players on the enemy team will receive full LP, as though they had won. And the offending player, and if they have won their pre-made party, will all lose LP. And of course, the offending player will also receive a punishment.
Another update we wanted to share is that we're going to begin rolling out a new Discord integration with the League client, starting with a beta in the US, Canada, and Brazil. In short, you'll be able to link your Discord and Riot accounts to easily invite your Discord friends to in-game parties, see who's playing, and join League lobbies via party links.
And when we say easily, we mean literally from your friends list. No alt-tabbing necessary. Party links allow you to copy and paste a link into your Discord server, socials, or stream to invite.
Will be able to connect your Riot account to Discord starting tomorrow. We'll continue to test and expanding to additional regions game team voice that we talked about last month. We don't have any news on that right now, but if you're curious about how we're approaching team voice, check out the dev blog we recently released.
Alright, so that's pretty much all of the major updates we've got for you today. But before we go, we do have a few smaller things that we wanted to give you all a heads up about. First off, some of the League team will be showing up at Gamescom in Brazil at the end of April, so
May 5th, and the Blue Essence Emporium will be coming out the following week on May.
Something we forgot to mention when it went live is that custom games are now supported for all live game modes, including things like Mayhem and Arena that
All right, so one last thing before we go. We have some content from all of you that we wanted to highlight, so...
All right. Not bad, actually. Honestly, a cute little dev blog. There was nothing like earth-shattering. There was some cool stuff in there. Let's actually take a quick look here at the this too long didn't watch, I would imagine, which is a rundown, just so we have it in word form and hopefully we get a little more details. So, shorter battle passes, a story about Vayne. The next season's going to have her as the main character. I'm still banning her. I've been banning her for 10 years straight. She's going to keep being banned. I don't care. If you're a Vayne enjoyer, don't end up in my games, because whatever's happening with her doesn't matter to me because I'll never see her anyway. Update it where you get progress for your role quest and top and mid and how forgiving it is when you roam. You still need to come to lane and progress your role quest, but you won't be as actively penalized. Additionally, we've adjusted rewards, right? So instead of getting an empowered recall, mid laners get bonus AD and AP. Invest more in supporting alternate builds for champions to better reward creativity. Things like AP Ezreal, ADC Kennen, and attack speed Chinjao. Omnivan Boots. No more Trailblazer and Opportunity. Honestly, Trailblazer and Opportunity were some very, very weird niche items that people were using in kind of awkward, unfun ways, right? Like, every assassin building Opportunity, not every assassin did it, but like, when the support Pantheon one-shots you and one-shots your wards, it's not fun. Then we saw the changes to Arena already. It doesn't look like there's any actual bonus information here. It literally is just a cute little summary. Okay. And this was also just the stuff they mentioned in the video about Arena, right? New events, new map, a reworked Arena. Oh, this is different because the bushes are here on the outside instead of right here on the inside. Yeah, and then there's new levels to your augments. There's new augments and new guests of honor. Okay. I'm actually going to go ahead and stay kind of blind to that because Arena, to me, obviously is a for fun game mode. So it's something I want to go into with some friends and then just be shocked, and then it's fun to see new stuff. Okay, so now, before we take a look at the League of Legends patch notes, I just want to know if the new TFT season's already active. Are we playing Space Gods today? When Space Gods goes live in your region, when exactly does it go live in my region? Like I said, I want to go into all of the TFT stuff blind. This still says lore and legend, so it's not live yet. Yes? Yeah, it doesn't look like it's live yet. When it does go live, which I'm assuming will probably be sometime tonight, tomorrow, we're going to do a full stream, like an actual long stream, like a nice 8-hour stream, basically, covering all of that. Anyway, patch 26.8. Looks like a pretty small patch here, actually. So let's just go ahead and take a quick look. Ranked Season 1 end. Sun's Rift Ranked Season 1 will end on the last day of patch 26.08. So we've got some ranked goals. I know a lot of people were talking about, like, really hoping that some, like, LP resets or something happen this season, because it's been really, really awkward. You have people of varying skill levels winding up together in the same ranked games. And they always say your MMR and your visual rank don't match up, but ranked has been really, really weird this season. Let's just be realistic. People are having outlandish LP gains and losses, winding up in games that they should never be in, regardless of the whole MMR not matching your visual rank, especially with the fast climber thing. Like, I've been a diamond player for a while, and I'm okay with admitting that. I've been a diamond player for a while, and when the season started, I was just... I don't even want to say it was right when the season started, because that happens a lot, but, like, literally a couple weeks ago even, it's like... My visual rank is still Emerald, because I have not been playing a whole lot of ranked. We've been playing mostly, Era Mayhem, and a lot of other little things just to have fun with the friends. But I wind up in like Masters Plus lobbies for some reason, and I don't understand why. But anyway, I feel like that's been the thing for a lot of people. So hopefully, this makes things a little bit better. Champion-specific keybinds have arrived. This long-rated play request will go live this patch and will allow for champion-specific overrides to be set for most keybinds. Rumble and Victor players rejoice. Smart case options can also be toggled on a per-champion basis. As a heads up, you won't be able to do this out of game, so make sure you go into practice tool and set them before jumping into ranked. Interesting. Champion-specific keybinds. I guess that makes sense, right? If you have one champion that you play differently than the way you play other champs. Like, you might want one champion's abilities to be on quick cast, but another champion's you might want to aim more specifically, I suppose. We'll see how that goes. Then we saw the Discord integration in the video. Dr. Mundo. Monster damage cap on the infected bone saw. 300 to 600 is now 250 to 550. So Dr. Mundo's Q gets cut down 50 damage on the monster. Blunt Force Trauma monster damage cap. Ooh, minus 60%. That is a hefty loss. I guess so. Dr. Mundo jungle used to be kind of like a fun gentleman's pick, and now it's kind of a little too prevalent in the meta. Yeah, this is literally the big issue that a lot of champs that have taken over jungle recently have, which is that champs with bad early game can go jungle, and they don't have to worry about their bad early game because they just focus on clearing. They get a little goal, they show up to a couple fights, and they basically skip over the bad early game and go straight into like their mid game power spike. And for a champion like Dr. Mundo, that's a huge deal because he does nothing early game, and he actually does nothing for most of the game. And then he gets a couple items, then he's unkillable. And so you're supposed to be able to abuse that as a top laner because you are effectively laning against someone who is not very powerful compared to a lot of other bruisers. But that's a moot point in the jungle, you know? Hui has remained on the weaker side since the nerfs to his wave clear last year. That was one of the main reasons to play this champ because, you know, otherwise he's just sniping you from a screen and a half away. So hopefully that's a big of a buff. Passive, Signature of the Visionary. Base damage, 35 to 230, 40 to 285. Comboing slow, slow range really now stack with diminishing values. Okay, this is actually a good change if you ask me, because I don't really like how far away this champ can fight you from, but, you know, I'm a melee top laner, so I'm always going to feel that way about champion range. But it is nice to see that the buff they gave him wasn't the direct damage from any of his poke abilities, it's actually his passive, which is where a lot of the skill comes together. Because his passive is you get that little explosion when you can combo multiple abilities together. So that actually incentivizes Hui to land multiple things in rapid succession as opposed to hiding really far back just to clear the minion wave or hit you with the occasional ability. Karma. Sorry. Last patch, we made some changes to Karma to reduce how generically powerful she was by reducing her mid-game shield strength. Weren't as effective as we had intended. Yep, nerf her again. Base AD, -2, AD growth. So that's really just her basic attacking you over and over. And then they increased the mana cost on her E by 10 across the board. Yeah, I mean, like I said, this is always going to be an issue with a lot of your enchanters. Like, which is weird with Karma because she's like a mage, effectively, but it's really easy to just build like an enchanter, or even to just build AP. And she's still useful because she just point and clicks a shield onto somebody. And it blocks a lot of damage, it gives you a huge shield, and her RE combo, there's not really skill expression there. You know? She is point and clicking at best, and then at worst, she's giving a shield to her entire team, even if she doesn't know who to click on, you know? Lilia, our favorite bouncing deer, has been a bit less enthusiastic to prance from camp to camp. That was a weird sentence to read out loud. Our favorite bouncing deer has been a bit less enthusiastic to prance. Alrighty. Monster damage cap, 65 to now 70 to 180. So she has scaling bonus damage from her passive now. How many of the players some encouraged to bring her back into the jungle? I mean, the problem was just that she was a little too strong a little while ago, right? So they attacked her passive to slow down her clear. And now no one's playing her. Lucian. Lucian's unique role is an AD carry that dashes in and out of and around fights. Yeah, he's kind of a skirmisher, honestly. Lucian is more of a ranged skirmisher than he is like a traditional AD carry. Relentless Pursuit, cooldown. Ooh, wow, they buffed the cooldown on his movement? It's not by a whole lot. Like, once you max it, it equalizes out again. But it's less mana early and less time early. So his early fighting is going to be a little bit better. Mel! Since our recent adjustments to Mel, she's been hitting too hard. Dude, this champ's design is just not okay. Right? Like, the problem with Mel is not her balance, it's the design. No one likes playing against the champion. It's not fun or interactive to fight this champion. It doesn't matter how much you buff her or nerf her. It doesn't matter how you change the damage on this. Like, yeah, it sucks to get hit by it, sure. And what? 60 to 180 plus 60% is now 60 to 160. So minus 20 base damage, minus 5% AP scaling. Great. This build is weaker. It's not fun to walk up for a CS and she hits you from a screen away with it. And then if she misses, there's no real punishment. You can't really punish her for it. Which is part of the course for an artillery mage, but it's like, this is always going to be the most polarizing thing ever. The champ can't miss CS. She has built-in collector. And depending on the matchup, it's just unplayable. You can't hurt her. Like, some champs don't care about her W really at all. Other champs can just never really do anything to her because a half decent Mel just shuts you down entirely. But I don't know. Toxic champion design, it is what it is. She's not the first and she won't be the last champ in this game that's just very toxic in terms of design, right? Aurora is not a fun champion to fight. Let me try to think of a top laner. I was going to say Kasanti, but Kasanti's at least, like, there's a skill expression there to an extent, right? It's not like he's the easiest champ in the world to play. Maybe like Alawi, because I if you think of, like, Juggernauts, for example, Alawi's, like, one of the most unfun champs in the entire game to play. And, like, an Alawi main will always say, like, oh, but the champ's not good. Look at her win rate. And it's like, bro, is that really the best argument you have here? People don't care if your champ's strong. They just don't like playing against it. You know? Like, Mel had like a 45% win rate, and she was still the most banned champion in the game. It's just not fun. But whatever. So her rebuttal. A longer cooldown is just an extra 3 seconds across the board. That's a good change. Bonus movement speed duration. Ooh, and they have the movement speed. Okay. This is a good change. Changes like this are how you're going to make Mel more acceptable. She's going to need a few more changes like this, I think. I think she'll always be a really frustrating champ to fight, just by design. But this is a step in the right direction. Tahm Kench. As a champ in both top and support, Tahm Kench requires periodic maintenance as the meta shifts to ensure both roles of his roles are equally supported. Yeah, Tahm Kench has an awkward history with balance. Just because he has such weird roles that he plays in. So, acquired taste, damage 6 to 48. Plus 1.5% per 100% bonus HP. 5% bonus HP. So, the AP per bonus HP went down. And so did the bonus HP. So, they're literally stopping him from... In this case, Destindal's position in the game has shifted his balance in favor of top lane. Yeah, so they're nerfing his top lane. Okay. Yuumi! Oh my goodness, are you finally deleting this champion? A couple bug fixes. Heal per wave. Oh, a buff to her ult. Wow. 30% more healing. 30 to 60% more healing. Wow. Great. You're just buffing Yuumi. That does not make me happy. I do not like this champion. I feel like everyone who doesn't play Yuumi hates this champion. Zillion. No longer can level W at level 1. I guess so. I mean, I guess you could do this accidentally. And then you're worthless level 1, but you kind of deserve it, I think, if you accidentally do that. And the same with Zyra. She cannot level an ability she can't use at level 1. I guess so, like, because, like, Azir is like that too, right? Like, his first point always goes into his W because you can't use his other abilities if you don't have it. I guess it's the opposite. You can only level W. Hello, Aram Mayhemers. Another nerf to Mel. That's all I needed to see. And then bug fixes. Regular Aram. Arena. I mean, all of that, not really important because we got big changes coming on the way anyway. Master Yi has a new skin, and they used the original Project Yi skin here. Unless this is animated. It is not animated. They just used the basic Yi there. And then we got some PsyOps skins for Vladimir. Project Silver, Space Groove Zag. Okay. Alright. So that is our news for League of Legends as it stands. So WSD is here. We saw a brand new season. We got some developer updates. We read through the new patch. Like I said, we're staying blind to TFT. Because the moment Space Gods launches, I'm in it. And we're just playing. We're blind. We're jumping right in. We're going to have a grand old time. Just like with Lauren Legends, which we did some months ago. I'm going to come online. We're going to play for at least, 6 to 8 hours? Probably. Just a full day. I'm going to upload the full thing to YouTube. And then we're going to cut it down, obviously, into the the few games that were really cool that we're gonna highlight from the stream. Like I said, we stayed relatively blind to most of this. We kind of only watched one video, I think, for the new TFT season. Either way it goes, that is our news update for, what is today? April 14th. I'm excited, right? Mostly for Teamfight Tactics. I'm not really super hype about regular League right now. It's just, I don't know. Not really having a whole lot of fun with it. I'm mostly having fun with League when I play with friends, so not really a whole lot to think there in terms of rank. Anyway, that's going to do it for me. I am, whatchamacallit? I'm grateful for those of you who tuned through. I can't talk right now. I'm grateful to those of you who tuned in. And I cannot wait to see y'all again right when the Space Gods comes out. We're going to be up bright and early to play the new season. But aside from that, that'll be it for me, guys. I will catch y'all very, very soon. Peace.